Elon Musk was weeks away from losing everything. Not reputation, not stock price, everything. In 2008, his last two companies were collapsing at the same time. One rocket had exploded, then another. The third was the final chance. If it failed, SpaceX would die. Tesla was bleeding cash so fast it couldn't make payroll. The financial crisis was freezing capital. Investors were disappearing. Elon Musk had poured in his last $100 million from the PayPal sale. He was personally borrowing money to pay rent. He had to choose which company to save. Most people don't know how close it came to zero, but this story doesn't start with rockets or electric cars. It starts with a kid in South Africa who felt like he didn't belong anywhere. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria in 1971. He was quiet, obsessive, constantly reading. He taught himself programming at 12 and sold a video game for $500. At school, he was bullied badly. Once he was thrown downstairs and beaten so severely he ended up in a hospital. Books became his escape. Physics became his language. And one idea formed early: the future could be engineered. At 17, he left South Africa alone, no safety net. He moved to Canada, then transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. 2 degrees, physics and economics, then Stanford for a PhD, and quit after 2 days. Because the internet wave was forming, and he didn't want to watch it happen, he wanted to build inside it. His first company, Zip2, was brutally hard. He slept in the office, showered at the YMCA, coded nonstop. Investors replaced him as CEO. He learned a painful lesson: vision is not enough. Control matters. In 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million. Musk made $22 million. Most people would have diversified. He doubled down. He founded X.com, an online bank. It merged with Confinity and became PayPal. Again, he was removed as CEO. Again, he learned. PayPal sold to eBay in 2002 for $1.5 billion. Musk walked away with $180 million after tax. This is where the story should become safe. Instead, it becomes reckless. He didn't invest in real estate. He didn't start a VC fund. He bet everything on industries where failure was almost guaranteed: space, automobiles, energy. Industries billion-dollar corporations struggled to survive in. He founded SpaceX in 2002 with the goal of reducing the cost of space travel. Experts mocked him publicly. Rocket science wasn't software. It wasn't Silicon Valley. It was capital-intensive and government-dominated. Then the first Falcon 1 launch failed, then the second failed, then the third failed. Each explosion burned millions. Engineers were exhausted. Critics were louder. The media started calling it a billionaire's hobby. But here's what most people missed: each failure improved the data, and Musk bet on iteration over ego. Meanwhile, Tesla was spiraling. He had joined as an early investor and chairman, then stepped in as CEO during internal conflict. Production delays, cost overruns, a car industry that quietly wanted the company dead, short sellers attacking daily. The Roadster was innovative, but the company was drowning. By 2008, Tesla and SpaceX were both near bankruptcy. Musk split his remaining money between them. He later said he had to borrow money for rent. That's how thin it was. December 2008, fourth Falcon 1 launch. If it fails, SpaceX shuts down. It doesn't fail. It reaches orbit. First privately funded liquid-fueled rocket to do it. Within days, NASA awards SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Tesla closes a last-minute funding round on Christmas Eve. Both companies survive, not thrive, survive. But survival was enough. Then came the long game. Instead of chasing quarterly optics, Musk chased vertical integration. SpaceX built its own engines, its own software, its own manufacturing. It redesigned rockets to land vertically, something aerospace veterans said was impossible. Then a Falcon 9 booster landed successfully in 2015. Reusable rockets changed the economics of space forever. Launch costs dropped dramatically. SpaceX became the dominant launch provider globally. Starlink created a satellite internet network in orbit. Private astronauts launched into space. The same pattern repeated at Tesla. While legacy automakers hesitated, Tesla built gigafactories, focused on batteries, software updates, direct-to-consumer sales. The Model S proved electric cars could be fast. The Model 3 proved they could scale. In 2018, Tesla was weeks from collapse again during production hell. Musk slept on the factory floor. Analysts predicted bankruptcy. Headlines were brutal. Then output stabilized. Then margins improved. Then the market flipped. In 2020, Tesla became the most valuable car company in the world. More valuable than companies producing millions more vehicles annually. Not because it was just a car company, but because it was a technology platform. And that difference changed everything. Now here's the uncomfortable part. Musk is polarizing. His leadership style is extreme. His timelines are aggressive. His communication is unpredictable. He pushes teams to limits most executives would never attempt. But zoom out. He didn't disrupt one industry. He attacked 5: payments, automotive, space, energy, artificial intelligence. And in each one, the pattern repeats. Enter impossible sector, endure public failure, nearly run out of money, double down on engineering, scale vertically, redefine cost structure. That's not luck. That's risk tolerance few people possess. The lesson isn't be bold, it's this. Most people optimize for reputation. Musk optimizes for probability of future impact. And he is willing to look irrational in the short term to win in the long term. In 2008, he was days from collapse. Today, his companies have reshaped multiple industries. The difference was not genius alone. It was endurance under extreme uncertainty, and the willingness to bet everything when others would protect what they had left. That's the real story behind Elon Musk. Not hype, not headlines, but the psychology of someone who was willing to risk total loss, repeatedly, to engineer the future he believed in. And that is why he didn't just build companies. He bent entire industries around them.
If this story gave you a new perspective, hit like and subscribe. On the CEO Stories Hub, we tell the real stories behind the world's most powerful CEOs, the failures, the risks, and the lessons investors care about. The next story is already coming, and it might change how you see another iconic company. See you in the next one.